Hello and welcome to another edition of Monday Night Mashup. I'm Morgan Simpson.
And I'm Savannah Britt with your weekly news update.
Last Wednesday, Icona Pop visited the University of South Carolina as part of the Campus Consciousness Tour. Students came out to see the world-renowned artist perform live. There are various booths at the event to spread awareness about easy ways to be green in college. The Campus Consciousness Tour is half a music tour and half an environmental campaign. The aim is to inspire and activate college students to take positive environmental action in a fun and exciting atmosphere on campus. For more information, visit campusconsciousness.org.
The homecoming finalists competed to achieve homecoming royalty Thursday night. This year's winners included Riley Brady, Stephanie Youngblood, Hunter Hegman, and Leslie Knight. Knight sat down with SGTV to discuss what USC represents to her.
I'm forever going to be thankful for the friendships that I've made here and the relationships that I've made and just the opportunities that I've been given that have taught me so much about myself. Especially, doing this tonight, I got to see how many people truly support me, and that just shows how much I've benefited from being at the University of South Carolina. So it's not something that's just for 4 years, you're a Gamecock forever.
The process involved different organizations around campus nominating one of their members through an application. From there, the top 10 candidates from each gender were interviewed, and the number was reduced to 5 afterwards. The competition included a talent portion along with an interview segment where candidates were asked a question about their time at the university. The 4 winners were presented at the homecoming parade Friday and at the game against Furman on Saturday.
Homecoming week concluded last Friday with the annual homecoming parade. The parade started in front of the Colonial Life Arena and ended on Green Street near the Russell House. Student body president Lindsay Richardson said the event is the perfect way to end a week-long celebration.
I think it's a great tradition at the university where you get to see all our Carolina community come together, just full of pride and spirit that parades throughout the town, and it's just like a kind of culminating experience of the homecoming experience at USC.
About 400 people were working on their float since Wednesday night at the Green Street intramural fields. 7 of the applicants who submitted their designs were given trailers by the university. The other 3 were required to supply their own trailers. Many of the vehicles that drove the floats were donated by local Columbia businesses. After the break, Savannah will have further university news, including details on a detained USC professor and more homecoming news. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to M&M. We continue your university update with news of a USC professor facing opposition abroad. Randy Covington, a professor in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications, was detained in Russia Thursday while teaching an investigative journalism seminar. While Covington and fellow journalist Joe Bergantino were beginning their second workshop, Russian officials instructed the two to stop teaching. They were told their visas did not permit them to teach in Russia. The U.S. Embassy had recommended these visas and told the journalists not to obtain a business visa. Dean Beerbeyer told the Daily Gamecock that Covington has traveled to Russia 4 or 5 times in the past without any issues. Beerbeyer said, quote, "They were doing what they were supposed to, and then suddenly the rules changed." Covington and Bergantino were released and returned to the U.S. on Saturday after being instructed to cancel the rest of the workshop. Also in university news, this past week was annual STEP Show. That concludes homecoming. 3 NPHC sororities and 3 NPHSC fraternities competed in the show. Teams performed 10 to 12-minute acts that excited and entertained the crowd. A surprise for many was a proposal during one of the fraternities' performances. Preparation began over 6 months ago with auditions for members. Winners of the show got bragging rights and a trophy, with the fraternity winner being Phi Beta Sigma and the sorority winner Delta Sigma Theta. The show is free for staff and students with a Carolina card. That concludes our university news this evening. Morgan will have the local report in just a moment. Stay tuned.
See, we at Capital City Sports didn't think enough people on campus knew about us, so we decided to create an awesome commercial to tell people that we mean business.
Well, how's that going for you?
Well,
All right, everybody, get into places right now. Nick, get off your phone. Blake, get off your phone. Stan, your hair is the wrong way, opposite direction. Flip it. Katie, why are you looking at me like that? And lights, please. Lights, lights. All right, and action.
This is capital C. Ah!
All right, throw the ball. Oh, what the? All right, is the fan ready? Get that started. All right, and turn your heads right now.
I love sports. What's my line?
This is not how the commercial is supposed to go. No, that's not what I mean by a stand-up. You're right. Y'all must not know about me. I don't care. This looks terrible.
It's going pretty good.
Welcome back to Monday Night Mashup. This is your local news. An apartment complex fire that occurred in Richland County Saturday night is now believed to be caused by a methamphetamine lab. Fire Department spokesman Britt Lewis said firefighters responded to a call around 6:30 p.m. on Saturday at the 7600 block of Hunt Club Road. Only the contents of one room were damaged and nobody was at the scene upon arrival. According to Lewis, materials that could be used to manufacture methamphetamines were found at the scene. There was about $15,000 in damages as a result of the fire. Investigations by the Richland County Sheriff's Department and Richland County Fire Marshal continue. Instead of going home this winter or spring break, opportunities are available for students to take an adventure while giving back to the community. Students can choose from multiple locations locally and nationally and attend an alternative break service trip to participate in different service projects. The trips address social, political, and environmental issues, including disaster relief, environmental restoration, education, and immigration this fall break. And this fall break, a group of students is headed to Johns Island, SC, to help out Habitat for Humanity with poverty and homelessness. For $150, meals, transportation, and lodging are all included. Applications are due by October 31st. For more information, contact the Leadership and Service Center. That concludes our local news this evening. Corey Drennon will have your weather after this. Stick around.
Here's a story
of an awkward lady
who never really knew just what to say.
and these new friends came along
To fix their problems. Hi, Teresa.
Welcome back to Monday Night Mashup. I'm Corey Drennon with your weekly weather report. So it's finally started to cool off, and tonight we can expect temperatures in the low 50s. So if you're going to go out, you don't have to worry about packing an umbrella because there's 0% chance of rain. But if you're going to go to the library, make sure you pack a sweater, cardigan, light jacket, anything to keep warm while we study for these midterms. And for the rest of the week, we're going to be having beautiful weather as we head into fall break. You can expect temperatures in the mid 70s, and at this point in time, there's little to no chance of rain. So the mornings are going to be a little bit cooler though, with temperatures in the 40s and the 50s. So if you have any morning classes or maybe an early flight out as you leave for fall break, make sure again that you dress accordingly. Moving on to national weather. There is a concentrated area of low pressure off the east coast, so the northeast is going to be experiencing some wind, rain, and a little bit of clouds over the next week. And in the Midwest, the Great Lakes area through Wyoming is going to be experiencing chilly temperatures, so anywhere in the 40s and the 50s. On the flip side of that, though, the plains are going to be in temperatures of the 70s and the 80s. So it really depends on like where you are in the region. For this week, the temperatures are going to be varying a lot. In the South, we can be expecting a little bit of rain in the western to southern area of Texas, also in Florida. Also, if you are going to Florida, be sure to keep an eye out for potential tropical storms. And last but not least, in the western area of the country, you can be expecting temperatures in the 50s and the 60s if you are in the Montana, Wyoming area, and then
in the desert area, you can be expecting temperatures in the 70s and the 80s, and the rest of the region are just going to have temperatures in the 60s and the 70s. Moving on to prominent weather stories, tropical Hurricane Ana was downgraded to a tropical storm Sunday afternoon as she passed the southwest area of the islands of Hawaii. Now, Ana has winds at 65 miles an hour, which puts her just below hurricane strength. So as she moves through this, there is a area of high pressure that kind of slowed her down. She is going to be moving around that high pressure bubble into warmer waters, which could potentially give her more strength. Now, the areas of Hawaii have been warned, and they declared a state of emergency, which is going to give them the resources that they need to combat this weather. For the rest of the area of Hawaii, they can expect heavy rainfall through the island of Oahu, moving westward. And that's going to conclude this week's weather update. Stick around for sports after this break.
Welcome back to M&M. I'm Stephanie Faucher with your University Sports. The Carolina Gamecocks finished off homecoming with a 41-10 win over Furman. On the Gamecocks' first drive of the game, Thompson found Shaq Rowland in the end zone for a touchdown. This drive was a representation of the Gamecock aggression that would not let up throughout the entire game. Running back Mike Davis had an impressive stiff-arm touchdown run that was in the ESPN SEC Top 5 Plays of the Week. Another notable play was the first interception for Chris Moody, who would return a ball 26 yards. Overall, the Carolina defense would collect 3 turnovers for the game. Additionally, Mike Davis and redshirt freshman David Williams each had over 100 yards. The Gamecocks take on number 6 Auburn next weekend in Alabama. Game time is set for 7:30. Also, this past weekend, the women's golf team traveled to Tennessee to compete in the Mercedes-Benz College Elite Championship. The ladies won with the only under par round of the tournament, giving them their second title of the season. Nana Madsen won the tournament, becoming the first freshman in USC history to receive medalist honors in a fall tournament. Mary Fran Hillo also set a program and tournament record at 65 in the third round. This is the first title win at the Mercedes-Benz tournament in 10 appearances. The women's golf team is currently undefeated against SEC teams this season. The ladies will travel to Wilmington, North Carolina next weekend for the Landfall tradition. On Sunday, the women's soccer team took on Ole Miss at Stone Stadium. The Lady Gamecocks had a 2-0 shutout victory, earning their second SEC win of the weekend. Goals were scored by Lindsay Lane and Andy Romness, the first in each of their careers. Gamecock goalie Sabrina D'Angelo was injured just before the half, and freshman Abby Kreider faced her first minutes of play. Kreider saved 2 goals, continuing D'Angelo's shutout. On Friday, the women's soccer team travels to Tennessee to take on Vanderbilt. That concludes your evening sports this evening, but there will be more Monday Night Mashup after this.
Put your bypass with the bag over your head. Put your bypass on away from the end.
So what are you guys doing for fall break?
I'm going home and sleeping a lot.
Yay for free laundry. I know I have like this big pile and I've just been like putting off doing my laundry because I'm like, it's fall break soon.
Sounds about right.
Meals.
I'm
very excited for home cooked meals. No more Russell House for the weekend.
My own bed.
Nice break.
Yeah, it'll be nice just to get out of Columbia. I know I'm going to a cabin in Boone with one of my friends and her family,
That'll
so
be
I'm
fun.
really excited just for a change of scenery.
Yeah,
But
that'll definitely be good.
Yeah, I mean, that all sounds absolutely great. Thanks for watching this edition of Monday Night Mashup. Be sure to follow our coverage throughout the week on our website and follow us on Twitter at SGTV News4. Additionally, check out our weekend previews online every Friday for your university update on what is happening in and around the area each weekend. Have a great evening.